Nature is not a backdrop. It's the foundation. Good architecture listens to the land and lets it lead. Architecture isn't just about shelter. It's about symbiosis. When we design with nature, we design for life. I'm Salil Ranadive of SR Plus A Architect. It starts with the fact that my father was an architect. Of course, one was always sort of seeing what was going on, sort of influenced by what one sees. So he'd take me to site and I would actually get pretty engrossed with the carpenters there, and then I'd get pretty fascinated by it. At some point of time, I think I declared that, yes, I want to be an architect. You see this Western Maharashtra area, hundreds of lakes here. Hundreds of lakes, all in the Western Ghats. So the best way to preserve the lake is to make sure everybody sees it and more people see it. Water body is like a sign of life. So we connect with that as human beings. There's little flowing water, the sound of water. It's just such a transformative sort of a element, to have. The building that I'm creating is actually not the star. It's that environment that's the stars, because you realize that the building could be in the background because you needed everything else to happen around it. And this all starts with that whole thing about saying nature is my teacher and nature is what I need to be respectful of. There is something called the Architects Act, and the priorities for that are very straightforward. Environment, context, society, then the community, the neighborhood, etc., etc. And the last thing in the line is the client. The client is part of this community, and so what you make as this building is not just for the client, because you affects the community around. There is a whole zone of influence. The whole idea of being able to focus on things, for long lengths of time, get into the rhythm of what it needs to be. And it's almost meditative and it's almost spiritual. And when I talk about balance, it really is with the environment around. It's not just about yourself, but being able to be in equilibrium with the context, with the environment, with nature. Songbirds Pune is a fun project that we worked on, started about a decade and so ago. Came here and it was pouring rain and just lying empty, nobody here except for me and the clients. All these birds and frogs and all kinds of things are popping out. So there is like a whole documentation of all the birds that are here. We need the buildings to breathe. So we started pushing the apartments away from each other and created this whole space inside. Venturi effect, it goes like all the way up through the building and it goes actually through the flats. And how do you bring daylight in, but how do you keep the heat out? So we actually did studies of like the whole heat factor, heat gain sort of studies with our buildings, and then you adjusted the way the windows happened and the extent of the overhangs and sort of shading that one needed to do to make sure that you got the daylight in without getting the heat. And what we did in the project actually, that we planted more than 4,000 trees on the property. And how did we sustain them is through recycling. You're sort of using all the water that's supplied to the people who live here. So it's not about therefore just making these photogenic buildings that become selfie points. It's about creating that environment. There has to be a human connect, and the human being there automatically connects with that environment. And that then becomes the success of the way that place, that environment works, that facility works. Designing with nature isn't new. It's returning to wisdom. It's really important for that to create humane habitats, which are not just for humans, but they're humane in the way they are made. So you have to get into a situation where if you want to sustain your own existence as human beings and as living beings on the planet, you're going to have to be in harmony with nature.